Hi guys, this is Negla. I'm here with your weekly channel message from the Pleiadian High Council. This is the message for the week of August 15th, 2016. If you're just starting to tune into those videos, please bear with me as I'm channeling here outdoors, so it might be a little noisy in the background, but I feel very guided to be in this place to do my channeling, and I like to be outdoors when the weather permits. For those who are just starting to tune in, I know I've mentioned this in my other videos about those specific channels for twin flames, and I believe these channels are great also for people on a spiritual journey. These are best to be really watched or seen from the beginning. I started channeling them from July 4th, and I channel like once a week. So it will really help you understand where we are today. But if you just started to tune in, I'm sure you're gonna still get really some good information from this channeling. So with this, just gonna take a couple seconds so I start tuning in and channeling our message for this week. Hello. We are here yet gathered again as the High Council of the Pleiades. For those of you who have been watching our channeling for a while and who have been following our messages for a while, we truly want to congratulate each and every one of you for following our guidance. Many have been listening to our messages and listening to our channeling and understanding the concepts that we have been trying to portray for you as humans on Earth at this specific time in Earth's ascension. We wanted to make sure that you understand some basic concepts of your own spirituality, basic concepts of your own spiritual well-being. This is truly what we are channeling for you, your spiritual well-being. And as we've noted before in our channeling, we are trying through our channeling and through our messages is to show you how you can link your physical life, your physical reality as a human being living a 3D perception, and trying to link that with your spiritual perception of who you are as a human being. See, what we've been really explaining to you is some basic concepts regarding all these different notions. We have been trying to link to you the concept of what the spirit is, what the soul is, what the physical being is, what the connection between the physical and the spiritual. And also, we've been trying to connect you to one of the basic concepts of this universe, which is the concept of time. We hope that through these messages and through these challenges that you understand that you as a being, you have so much more that you can learn today, tomorrow, and also that there are many things that you have been already channeling throughout your lifetime from your soul and coming from this universe. See, what we've been explaining before in our previous messages is that you are fully connected with this universe. You may be looking at yourself as a human living this one lifetime human existence and tending to forget, or maybe in a way to deny, the existence of other lifetimes that you have previously lived, and other lifetimes that you have previously lived on Earth, but in full connection with your spirituality as well. So in retrospect, really what we fully want you to gather here, especially from today's channeling, is the focus on your lifetimes. Is to focus on understanding that you as a soul have already lived many lifetimes. Even if you regard yourself as a new soul, or some call them the walk-ins or the new souls or the new generations, you still as a soul have lived many lifetimes. Maybe not in a physical reality, but definitely as a spiritual reality. Through each and every lifetime that you have lived, as well as this lifetime that you're already living, you have gained so much knowledge. There's so much knowledge stored in your spirit or in your soul that has already been gained. It's already been there. So truly, what we are focusing on and what we are trying to explain to you is how to connect yourself to that knowledge, how you can access that knowledge that has already been gained in your soul. Your cells, as a physical reality of your own being, has already stored so much of what happened in your soul. So your cell itself has what's called a cell memory, which is the memory that the soul has within that cell. So if your body as a being, as cells, as tissue, as organs, as manifestation of that physical presence, if that body of yours already has that knowledge stored in it, then why wouldn't you, as your full being in that full physical existence, cannot understand and gather the information that your soul has already gained throughout the years and throughout the lifetimes? So once you pay attention to that notion, you will understand that you already have all the knowledge that you truly need and truly need to understand and gather throughout this lifetime, as you've already had it for previous lifetimes. When you look at your lifetimes, and this is really what we are focusing on in this channeling, we have talked previously, and the last time we've channeled, we've talked about the concept of time, and the concept that your soul does not know time, does not measure time, and does not live by the notions of time measurement. Today we are talking about lifetimes. We're talking about how your lifetimes and those either a physical manifestation of your lifetimes or the spiritual manifestation of your lifetimes, how this all contributes to your knowledge of today. When you look at your physical being of today, you'll understand that not only that you have lived many physical lives, but you also have lived many spiritual lives. This is a concept that not many humans totally understand. Humans understand things in a way of either black or white. With black, for example, meaning a physical life, and white meaning a spiritual life. Either this or that. And most of the time, you think that you can only live both together. But truly, the basic knowledge in this universe is that you can have a physical life. Of course, when you live a physical life, your soul is alive in that physical being. But also, when you live a spiritual life, you can only live that spiritual life without having to be in a physical being. And at that time, when you're just living in your soul essence, in your soul existence, this is a whole new, different way of living. So, with what we're trying to explain to you is that once you merge the physical and the spiritual lives together, and this is truly what our message has been from the beginning of these channelings, is to fully merge those two together so you can have access to every single lifetime that you've lived, whether that lifetime has been in a physical presence or that lifetime is in a spiritual presence. And both you gain knowledge, and both sets of knowledge has already been stored in your soul, in that soul essence, in your soul vibration, in your soul's own existence, and in your soul's own mind, or the soul's body, or the soul's being. So as we go along and as we teach you those concepts, those very, very basic concepts of your own existence and the basics of how this universe works, you're going to be fully understanding what you as a human being living this physical manifestation of your lifetime. Then you're going to understand that the knowledge is already there. It has been gained throughout the years, it has been gained throughout all those lifetimes, and all you need to know is how to access this knowledge. And hence is our explanation of how you connect with your full soul and how you understand that connection with your soul, because the soul is where all this knowledge is. And yes, of course, once you live in a lifetime, you're gaining more knowledge, you're gaining some new knowledge, but at the same time, most of the knowledge that you need to live any lifetime that you are already living has already been gained. So you know how to live a lifetime because you've already lived different lifetimes and you've gained knowledge throughout those lifetimes. And it's now, for example, in this physical existence of your being here in 2016, in this physical being that you're already living, you already have the knowledge that you need to know to live this being. So the concept that as a human you really don't know much, or that you need to keep gaining knowledge and knowledge and knowledge from outside or the outer space or outside of your being, of your own being, is something that hinders you, and it's something that blocks you. And we don't really like to use the word block, but in your understanding, it blocks you from knowing that you as a magnificent being by yourself, you already know. Your body knows, already your cells know, and this is something that has been shared before by some wonderful spiritual channelers, by wonderful spiritual teachers about the soul knowledge, the cell knowledge, and it's already stored in your body. But now, as your own human existence, once you understand that as much as your cell knows, and your body tissues and all the magnificent part of your bodies already know and have that knowledge, and they have access to it readily available, once you fully comprehend that in your own physical existence of now, that you know that already the knowledge that you need to live this lifetime, and the knowledge that you need to understand this universe and understand your connection to this universe is already stored in your soul, then your life is going to get so much easier, because you're going to know that you don't have lack, that you don't come from a point of lack. And when you know that you don't come from a point of lack, you understand that you have knowledge, and that gives you the confidence as a human being with a soul existence in a physical being, that you already know it all, pretty much. So what you really truly need to know and truly need to understand in your own physical existence is basic sets of knowledge, like pillars of knowledge, that once you fully understand it, once you fully comprehend it, you're going to be able to understand that you know more than you think. You already know more than you think. And it's just a matter of you understanding that kind of knowledge and being able to access that knowledge, because that access is what we truly want to get you to reach. When you reach that wisdom stage, or that self-mastery stage that we've been talking about and channeling about, you're going to be able to understand how to access that knowledge fully. Some of you talk about the term the Akashic records, or the records that are already stored in the stars for you about your human history and your lifetimes, as well as the knowledge that you need to know in the future. When we talk about this term, we talk about it from the sense that it is a stored knowledge. And many think that that place is somewhere in heaven, or somewhere stored somewhere else, or stored in a magical place or a magical location, or maybe stored by some magical beings, or some beings have that stored manifestation of record. But we truly want you to pay attention to a notion, which is your knowledge is already there. It's already within you. You don't need to access it far away. The knowledge is in you. It's already in you. Your body has that knowledge. That's your physical being. But your soul already has access to that knowledge, because it's stored in the soul. This is where your records are, truly are. You can seek others, you can seek help from others, to seek guidance or to seek easy access to that knowledge. But when we talk about you living this human existence, we want you to have access to that knowledge always at your fingertips. We want you to be able to access that knowledge when you need it, and when you feel that you're guided and your intuition is guiding you to seek that knowledge, because the knowledge is already there. You need just to access it, like accessing a computer program. So for this channeling and this focus of today, we want you to fully understand that the knowledge is already there. We keep talking very basic concepts of this universe and basic concepts of spirituality that sometimes we feel that has been lost. And we know that our channel Nagla has mentioned that before in other readings and different things that she has done. But at the same time, once you understand that the knowledge is already there within you, and all you need to know is how to access it through your own wisdom and through your own intuition, through your own communication with your soul, then everything, again, will become easier. Will become so much easier for you to access that knowledge. Because at that point, you're going to see yourself as a much bigger being, as a much more of a magnificent being, as a much more of a knowledgeable being, that you as a being, you're not helpless again. And we keep talking about you as a human. You're not helpless. And as much as you seek information from us, we also seek information from you. We also look at humans as something that we need to understand. And we fully need to comprehend your intuition, comprehend the power of your hearts. Because we, too, gain knowledge throughout the years and throughout our lifetimes. With this, our focus for today is, again, as we mentioned, is our lifetimes, as much as your lifetimes. When you understand that your lifetimes meant that your soul has gained enough knowledge to help her, manifest anything of today, to help her access knowledge that it needs for today and for tomorrow, then you're going to know that you are a magnificent being. You're a being of so much power and so much manifestation power that is not being fully used and that needs to be used, and you can actually access it. So fully understand that you are a being that has all the ingredients for that mastery level, all the ingredients that you need to reach that wisdom, and all the ingredients that you need to fully comprehend your past lifetimes, as well as fully comprehend the future lifetimes, or the lifetimes in what you call in that linear sense of time that has not been lived yet, because it's already there, already stored in your soul. Your soul kind of knows and plans all its lifetimes. And as much as you try to control what the soul is going to go through and control what the soul is going to gain as a knowledge within each lifetime, the soul has no limit. The soul already knows what it needs, and it comes to a lifetime trying to work its best and trying to work its own magic to reach the knowledge it needs to gain, because it needs to gain it from a physical experience. It's not enough for the soul to know things on a spiritual experience. It still needs that physical presence to kind of apply that knowledge, because again, the soul has already gained all the knowledge it needs for every single lifetime. This might be a little bit of a wide concept for you to comprehend today, but it's a wide and a very vast expression of the soul, and we understand that sometimes you kind of have to wrap your heads and your minds and your hearts around it, and again, be open-minded, be open-hearted to understand those very wide concepts, because some of the concepts that we talk about today either have been so diluted in the human knowledge of today, or some of it actually have not been mentioned yet, because knowledge is still there and knowledge is accessible by everyone, but not everyone accesses exactly the same knowledge or is able to make it available for others, that knowledge that that person gains or that person channels or that person researches and collects. So for today, just understand that basic concept of your lifetime. That's the concept that we're talking about today, lifetimes. And that's the key word for today. That is the wider and a much more available concept of lifetimes than the narrowed view of your lifetimes. And with this, we are ending our channeling for today, and we will look forward to channeling again for you at another time. Oh, okay. That was your channeling for today. This was a very interesting message, as much as I could gain out of it. I hope you're enjoying those channelings. Personally, I've been gaining a lot of knowledge from them. There's so much knowledge in them. If you start watching them from the beginning, as I said at the beginning of my channeling, I'm sure you're going to gain a lot more knowledge every single time you listen to them, as I do myself sometimes. with this, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you soon.